So Stacey Keibler
Yeah.
and Tori Wilson both
Yes.
started out in WCW.
Okay.
They'd only been around the business for like, at this point, 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
Weren't really used as
No.
they weren't used as wrestlers in
They're more
WCW.
like
Managers, yeah, basically. Stacey Keibler, I think, had some sort of dealings
or
with
valets, whatever they're called.
David Flair.
Okay.
Tori Wilson was at one point aligned with the Wolfpack, so Kevin Nash and I think Hogan for a while, and Savage, because they actually wanted Tori Wilson to be Randy Savage's manager at the time, and Randy Savage's missus, who wasn't Elizabeth at this point, wasn't comfortable with the idea of Savage going around the country with Tori, so she agreed to do it herself. So that was Gorgeous George.
Okay.
So you won't have seen anything of
No.
Gorgeous George. We'll see her at some point in a WCW episode, I'm sure. She was a stripper originally, perhaps unsurprisingly. And yeah, Randy Savage showed her kindness, effectively.
Okay.
And I think she admits that, but then she said he started getting a bit crazy down the line. Which, like, so for example, she gave references of this.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good example. So they would, obviously she was managing him, they'd be at conventions where they'd be signing stuff, or events for WCW signing stuff, and because Savage charged so much, not a lot of people were going to him, but they could afford Gorgeous George's signature, so they'd ask her, and he said, no, you can't have hers unless you get mine as well. And he basically didn't want her, what it sounds like is he didn't want her to be able to make a name for herself, because it would then mean that she could stay in the business and do well for herself without needing him.
Oh, I see.
This was around the period where Sable appeared in Playboy.
Oh, yeah.
And people were getting in Randy's ear saying, oh, you're going to be like Mark Mero, who was Sable's fella. And it was talked about at the time that Gorgeous George was approached to be in Playboy.
Right.
And Savage said she could do it as long as he was on the cover with her. Why? That's just odd.
Interesting.
Really odd. Thank you everyone for the support you guys have shown us so far. It means the world to us. Holly, what do we want to remind the people?
Don't forget to like, subscribe and ding the bell for notifications.